Welcome back. We've been talking about the fight against hunger and the food shortages that many in the Nashville community face every day. My guest is Elizabeth Langle-Martin. She's a Community Engagement Manager for the Nashville Food Project. We were talking, and you all fed 200,000 meals last year, but you have a goal this year to go even more.
Absolutely.
How in the world are you managing that, and how many meals do you get out per day?
Well, per week we do about 5,000 meals, and part of the way that we've been growing is just in December we moved into a new headquarters, which was many years of dreaming and community support in the making. It is on California Avenue in the Nations, and now we are operating 2 full commercial kitchens, one there at our headquarters and one at St. Luke's Community House, and that has increased greatly the amount of meals that we can produce and share with our partner nonprofits. So last year we did a little over 200,000 meals, and this next year we're hoping to do closer to 300,000.
My goodness. Elizabeth, where is the food coming from and who cooks it?
Yeah, so a variety of different ways. We work with donated food, so from grocery stores. We have a partnership with Whole Foods. We get donations from farmers. We purchase a proportion of our food. We grow a large amount of our food, so from a couple different main sources. And then we coordinate teams of over 300 volunteers a month come through the food project, and they, from everything from prepping the ingredients to cooking the meals to distributing them on the trucks. We have volunteers involved at every step of our work.
Wow. So how can someone become a volunteer if they want to somehow help out and start cooking?
Absolutely. We utilize volunteers in our program 6 days a week. Okay. And so you can go to our website, which is thenashvillefoodproject.org, and you get involved and then give time, and it'll list all of our upcoming opportunities, and you can just find a time and a place that works for you and get plugged in.
That sounds fantastic. Well, I know you're all excited about your new headquarters, but you're continuing to expand your reach, and I understand you have a special project that you're working on that's going to be out in Antioch.
We do.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Mill Ridge Community Farm is kind of the next step of our garden program. It's a partnership with Metro Parks, and we are looking at using that park and using a portion of that park to continue to grow food in a greater capacity. We actually have our opening coming up on May 18th, so there are more details about that on our website, but we're really excited to work with the neighbors and to work with the friends of the park to see how we can leverage that incredible community resource to really produce more food for our community. You know, there's something to be said about being able to grow your own food and working with people to help them with gardening skills and so forth. Must be so rewarding. What is your typical reaction like when you're helping these folks learn gardening skills so that they can cook their own foods? Yeah, I mean, I think there's something so rewarding in being able to consume something that you've put the work into and seen where it comes from. And I also think that people get excited about the cycle, the fact that we try to be very careful stewards of all the food that is produced, and we try to utilize as much as we can into our meals. And then anything that is left over, we either share with other partners, or if it's beyond the use of consumption, we goes into our compost, which then our compost goes back into our gardens to help grow more nutritious food. And so just seeing that circle and that cycle and learning about how we can kind of combine those things and bring those things together is really exciting for our volunteers, I think. It must be. How many gardens do you have? Currently, we steward a number of different gardens across the city, but some of them are shifting into this Mill Ridge community farm, and so that number is kind of changing. However, there are several different locations. I know a lot of folks are familiar with the garden on Wedgwood. Oh, yes. Yeah, and then we have a Magruder family garden, and so throughout the city there's different places where we're growing. If there's someone who maybe wanted to somehow volunteer their land for a garden or something of that nature, would you allow them to do that? We would definitely be interested in anyone reaching out to us, and if there's an opportunity to partner, we definitely would like to. Because I would love to see this expand maybe into some other neighborhoods, some gardening efforts for lots more people to get an opportunity to learn how to garden. It's always exciting when people learn to leverage the land they have to produce food. Where do you see the Nashville Food Project going, Elizabeth? Because right now you guys are doing an incredible job with your new headquarters. You're expanding out into Antioch. Do you have long-term goals into where you see this organization going? I think that as long as we have folks in our community who are struggling for food access, there'll be a place for our work. And I think a lot of our work is figuring out how we can change the food system so there isn't so much waste, and to make sure that food is more efficiently getting to the people who need it. So I think though, as long as there's folks needing food, there'll be a place for us.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I want to also thank my earlier guest, Liz McLaren, as well. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on The Plus Side of Nashville.